We did it all the time when we were kids, called a do-over. As adults, many of us could use that second chance when it comes to our diets. Dr. Michael Roizen can help with that. He's the author of This Is Your Do-Over. Good morning, Dr. Roizen.
Good morning. Yeah, and it's not just a diet do-over, you get a health do-over. So you get to move more, you get to manage your stress more. That can pull, in fact, plaque out of your coronary arteries. You get to, in fact, reverse type 2 diabetes, get rid of your blood pressure medicines. There's a lot of things you get to do with a do-over that aren't just diet.
Well, you say it's never too late to get healthy again, but can we erase the mistakes we've made in the past?
And the answer is absolutely you can erase mistakes you've made in the past. Forgive yourself, move on, get a buddy. One of the keys is getting a buddy who you can be accountable for and who can be accountable to you, helping you get and sustain that do-over. So whether it's Rocco, who pulled plaque out of his coronary arteries and got rid of 9 of his 10 medications, or whether it's the 84-year-old woman who I coached who was only doing 64 steps a day, it's really easy to get a do-over, and that's the key to life, forgiving yourself and moving on.
What is the best way to start our own do-overs?
The best way to start your personal do-over is to get a buddy. And the way you do that is you write down a list of the 5 people who might be your buddies, and then think, what happens if they ate, or I ate, the worst bag of whatever it is, food, my indulgence food I could think, what would I tell my buddy? And if the buddy says, you didn't save any for me, that's not a good buddy. If the buddy says, let's figure out what was causing you to eat it and get another way around it, that's a great buddy. And if you don't have a buddy, you can go to walnuts.org and we'll match you with a buddy anonymously who will keep you accountable and help. And that's really the key. Keeping you accountable to sustain your do-over. A lot of people can get the do-over, but it's sustaining it that the buddy is really key for.
What are some of the recommendations in the book with eating healthier and shaping up?
Sure. So there are 5 food felons. Saturated fat and trans fat, they change your genes and the proteins they produce, causing inflammation. So do simple sugars, added syrups, and non-100% whole grain. Those are the 5 food felons that increase inflammation in your body, increasing your risk of heart disease, stroke, memory loss, increasing your risk of cancers too. So you want foods that decrease those, such as, believe it or not, coffee and walnuts. So walnuts, just 6 walnuts twice a day, decreases inflammation because it's got that omega-3 fat that decreases inflammation in your blood. So does coffee. The more cups you have, as long as you're not a slow metabolizer of coffee, so you're a slow metabolizer if you have headaches on 1 cup, or you have heart arrhythmias, abnormal heartbeats, or you have gastric upset or anxiety. With just 1 cup, you're a slow metabolizer, don't go to coffee. But for everyone else, the more coffee you have, the lower your risk of type 2 diabetes, the lower your risk of 11 cancers, the lower your risk of Alzheimer's and Parkinson's disease. So coffee is one of those things that decreases inflammation. Pretty simple to put coffee, a coffee cup, and a walnut bowl in your car, and you'll be decreasing your inflammation.
Where would you send our viewers if they'd like to find out more online?
Well, you can get it at walnuts.org, and we have a special app that does a buddy match for that anonymous buddy, as well as a whole bunch of recipes. Walnuts.org is where This Is Your Do-Over. You can find the book there.
Thank you, Dr. Roizen.